Oh yeah, it's not too bad. Happy to be here.
Yeah. Was it bad down south? Because you came from Akron, right?
Right, yeah, it's just starting to pick up now. Roads are starting to get a little slick, but
Yeah.
we're okay.
I came in from the east side. There's no snow on the east side. The salt trucks have been out all night, so it's been pretty good. But we're going to talk to you a lot today about what's happened in your life since we talked to you last. There's a lot of things. Then, of course, we're going to talk about the Rose of Tralee.
Yes, a lot of things coming up, and yeah, the Ohio Rose of Tralee will be coming up actually in a couple of weeks right here.
And you've been a busy girl since I saw you, haven't you?
Yep, traveling all over Ohio.
Yeah, and Mike Killeen is coming in also this morning.
Oh, good.
So, Mike from Westlake World Partners. Sean Lackey is going to stop in to talk about Flanagan's Wake.
Very cool. Exciting show.
The play going on at the Kennedy Theater in the Palace Theater downtown. All that coming up. But first, let's play Killeen's beer.
I have. I'm not a huge beer fan, but I try them.
You might do a good job making it. I bet he charged enough for it. All right. Welcome back, Bridget. You're here, of course, to talk about the Rose of Tralee this morning. You and Mike, but we talk about other things to you also, like I mentioned earlier. You have another career besides the Rose of Tralee, but you were the first Northern Ohio Rose of Tralee after it was reinstituted here in the Cleveland area under Westlake Westlake World Partners, right?
Right.
Yes.
Great memories, I bet.
It is. I can't believe it's already been. I mean, that was back in 2011, but it still feels like it was just yesterday. It was really an incredible year in my life.
I remember that. Wow.
Yes, that was the first time I met you.
It was a bit of a night like this, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Well, actually, it was more of a rainy night.
Rain, yeah. Because I remember some rain came into the tent.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
He did, but you didn't really notice because it was still put together so
well.
well.
All bent out of shape that night. He said, "Let's get the brooms and the mops. Let's get to work." But it's changed. That was at Westlake in the mall, wasn't it?
Yes, at Crocker
And
Park.
then you moved to La Center the last
Correct.
years, and now it's at the West Side IA.
Yes.
And the nice thing about it is, I think all of the past roses are involved in this every year. I think that is really significant.
It really is.
You don't see that in too many organizations.
Right. I know we all just have become family. I mean, I get along with all the girls. I keep in touch with the girls that I competed with back in 2011, and it's really nice to see them all come together this one time of year to celebrate the Rose of Tralee.
And I think the other nice thing about it is you have gone on to stay in the public eye. You just didn't win the Rose of Tralee and vanish. You're in the public eye constantly as a Fox Sports employee, right?
Yes. I work for Fox Sports Ohio and Sports Time Ohio, so I stay pretty involved, well, at least with Ohio sports. So I live in my car pretty much. I'm back and forth between Columbus and Cleveland a lot, but I enjoy it.
Mike, I bet you grab that mic. Grab that mic, Mike. Mike, I bet you're very proud of Bridget, your first representative. What she has done and has stayed involved in it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that first year none of us had done anything similar to this, and all of a sudden it all came together, and out of it came our very first Rose, Bridget, and we're so pleased, and so pleased that she continues to work with us like all of the other roses. All four of our roses will be there. They're all doing something actively to support the tradition. So they've got tradition. They formed their own beginning of, I guess, their own social organization. But they also, the interesting thing with the roses we find out is they not only have a relationship with just Ohio, but they've built this worldwide relationship.
I know the Kentucky roses are very close to the Ohio roses, right? Kentucky.
Yes, we have a couple roses coming in town for the 2015 selection.
Mm-hmm.
We actually have 4 reigning roses with us, 5, because we'll have one from Ottawa, one from Toronto, we have the one from Kentucky. Obviously we have Grania, our 2014 rose, and we're really excited about the fact that Maria Walsh, the 2014 International Rose, covers the entire world, will be with us.
And a Mayo girl.
She is.
Yes.
Grew up in Boston, moved back to Mayo for schooling, then came back to Philadelphia.
You know, that little town that she's from, I traveled through that town, I bet you 100 times. It's called Shrule, S-H-R-U-L-E, Shrule in County Mayo. I think it's got a church and 7 bars.
It's about the right ratio.
It's where my friend Tom Egan from the West Side Irish Club, he comes from Shrule. lovely little town, right close to the border of Galway. So that's where Maria, I think, went back to when she went back.
She did, and she claims that her bedroom was in Galway and the front of the house was in Mayo.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about what we can expect in the coming weeks now, especially the big night. So what's happening with the ladies before the event comes up?
Well, next Saturday, all of our applicants will be coming in and meeting with the judges for private interviews and group interviews.
Who are the judges?
The judges.
Right.
You're going to tell me, right? Yeah.
Okay, I can
Are we allowed to
disclose
spoil
this.
that?
Dennis Clough and Merrill Westlake will be there. Maureen Hennessy, who is an Ohio Rose and has worked with us the last few years.
If I'm one of them, don't tell me.
No,
Oh, okay.
he didn't make the cut, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
However, one of your fellow 1420 personnel does, and Jim McIntyre is going to be our third judge, and we're really excited
Wow.
about having him. It's a commitment. It's 3 days you got to spend in the
Huge
judging.
job. I'm glad you didn't select me, Mike. I couldn't do it.
Your price was too high, you know that, Jerry. But they will be spending all morning with them in the afternoon. We are going to take all the applicants and the judges around to various stops, and we might even have a couple pubs in that itinerary.
I'm sure you will, Mike.
And then they will be coming together again the following Friday for kind of a social with the applicants, and then of course the main event, which is will be on Saturday the 14th over at the West Side IA.
Now, Bridget, you won't be able to participate in all of these events. Some of them you will, because I'm sure you'll be working with Fox a good bit of the time. Will you be able to get to some of these?
Yes,
three
absolutely. The
events?
weekend of the competition, I'll be there, both on Friday and Saturday. Friday, I get to meet
You've
with the
cleared
girls.
the calendar, haven't you, for that?
Oh yes,
For Fox,
absolutely.
huh?
As soon as I found out the date, I emailed my boss and said, "Mark this weekend off." So I'll be there.
Right. So it's going to be a busy couple of weeks for you.
Well, it is, and right now there's a lot of balls in the air, but it looks like they're going to fall into the right place. So we're a lot of people working very hard to make sure that happens.
We'll come back and talk about the event itself in more detail. We're going to talk more about your career. You know, Mike, she's a model now. She does some modeling. Did you see? I saw her modeling wedding dresses.
Okay.
Actually, Jerry, I don't know if you knew, I've actually started modeling when I was about 15.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, actually, my first big gig was in a prom dress magazine.
Oh, my
So it
God.
started there, and then, you know, as I got more involved with my career, being on TV, I kind of do it as a fun side job.
And you do know that we're working with your boss, your company, on our
Yes.
tour of Ireland coming up in August, our golf tour.
Yes.
We're going to work with Jimmy Hanlon. Do you know Jimmy?
Oh, I know Jimmy very well. As soon as you actually invited him, he had contacted me and said, "What do you know about this Jerry Quinn guy? Is he a good guy? Should I go?" And of course, I have nothing but good things to say. And I said,
Thank you, Bridget.
you're gonna have a blast, and try to get me a ticket too.
So we're going to try and get you on that tour. Do you play? You don't play golf yet, huh?
No, I
Yeah,
don't.
well, we're going to get you started.
Yeah, we will.
In fact, I know the perfect way to get you to be an expert golfer. I sent you to Kevin Sullivan from Golf Tech, and he'll teach you how to play golf.
Well, I told
And-
Jimmy he could too.
Oh,
I said,
Jimmy,
Jimmy, give me
of
some
course,
lessons
Jimmy
so I
is
can get on there.
He's an incredible golfer.
Oh, I know.
So, yeah, well, Golf Tech is one of our sponsors here
Oh, very cool.
on the radio. In fact, speaking of that, I better find it, and we better play that right now. That commercial, here it is.
With 6 Northeast Ohio locations, it's easier than ever to get started with each training camp package. You receive a swing evaluation, 10 private lessons,
he's great
18
friends with
hours of
Jimmy
video
also.
practice, and
Yes, well, I actually just saw Jimmy this past weekend. They had the NHL All-Star game in Columbus. So they had like all the hockey players from all over come in for the All-Star game, and we had a Fox Sports All-Star party, and Jimmy was there, and he's like, "I'm going." He's like, "Are you coming?" I'm like, "Get me on there, and I will."
We'll have to figure out a way to get you there. That's right, folks. I go to Golf Tech every Saturday myself, 11:30. I'm there practicing. So I'm going to be really, really good when the season opens up. JC said he's going to come up and take some videos of me. JC, I have you know right now, the way this Golf Tech works, they actually take videos of you every time. They watch your improvement or lack of same every time you go. So your
That's cool.
swing, everything is analyzed. It's incredible. So
That's quite,
You're going to
quite
be there.
technical stuff they have out there.
you're going to be there to heckle me, of course.
You know that's my job, Jerry.
All right. We're going to play another song, and then we're going to get back and talk to Mike and Bridget. Stand by. Colleen, here's one of your favorite songs. Can I say good morning to you? Mike?
Right now we have our traditional 6 Marines.
We didn't have them when Bridget was, when you were
Yes, we
so.
did.
Yes, we
you?
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am.
You see, nobody remembers the Marines. They remember only Richard.
For what reason would that be?
I don't
I don't know. No, we're proud. The Marines have basically adopted us. The Marines have a lot of tough things they have to do, but we have no trouble getting volunteers for this duty. And
Yeah, I
they
think,
enjoy themselves, and they
They
add
told
it.
me that. I spoke to a few of them, and they just love this event.
Who
And
wouldn't? It's a great event.
That is.
They just bring a touch of gravitas and class to the event, and that's one thing we really want to do.
So tell me about the night itself. What kind of food is there?
Well, we're going to start out with the cocktail reception. The VIP will start at 5:45, and the general will start around 6:30. And there will be the entire event will be catered by O'Malley's. There'll be a very nice appetizer and hors d'oeuvres. During the entire event, the bar will be open except when we do the formal program, so that we maintain focus on the girls and try and cut down the extraneous
Not on the
noise.
booze.
Yeah, but that won't be till after dinner. So well, I'm sure that everyone will have a wine or two before then. We will then have a sit-down dinner, which is going to be, I think it's a tenderloin and chicken marsala along with Duchess potatoes and some very special
Well,
desserts.
Now, how do I have to dress for this? Collar and tie? Do I have to put my collar on and my tie
Well,
on?
you know, we've always had an argument. I'll end up having a tux so that people can point out the guy in the tux.
Yeah, the guy in trouble.
Yeah.
If you have any problems,
Right.
see him.
Right. But we call it dressy attire. And one of the problems is people, I think, you know, if you have a coat and tie on, that's fine. If you want to wear a suit, that's fine. The women, a lot of them wear cocktail dresses.
Wear
as long
clothes.
as, you know, it's not casual, but it's not,
So bad.
yeah. We're looking forward to your outfit, Jerry. So, and then
I will
we'll
wear my traditional black suit and black tie. That's what I always wear to these events.
we will start off with having all the roses march in and in as soon as the dinner is over. Actually, in between, we're going to have the Tessieburg School of Dancing is going to do a program to get the crowd up, and if to sit in a for having dinner, then I'll get the crowd revived, I guess you might say, after sitting down for a while. Then Dan Coughlin and Bridget will be.
They'll do the thing again. I have a lot of movies for you guys from last year, you know, Bridget.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I haven't seen
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
It makes a nice balance between having Dan and Bridget up there in a lot of ways.
Yeah, she's 2 feet taller than him.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's
Yeah,
true.
We're getting them in milk carton this year. This time beside Bridget.
But you can't be a tall
Danny, I
leopard.
didn't mean that if you're listening.
Danny does a super job and
Oh,
really
yeah, he
appreciate it
does.
in doing it.
He is.
Then we will have we're going to have Maria Walsh talk a little bit about what it means to be an international rose. She's been in Africa, she's been in India, she's been all over
Oh,
the
she's
world.
traveled all over the
So I mean, she's going to give a different perspective of what she's been doing. She's extremely active. Then we'll have of course, we'll have the girls come up on stage for about 4 to 5 minutes each, and just Bridget and Dan will be talking to them. The judges will then withdraw. We'll have the dancers come back in for a few minutes, and before the judges come back in, I'm going to ask Grania to say a few words as the end of her reign as a current year Rose, what she learned and what she thinks about being a Rose. And then, of course, the big wrap-up is when we will have the naming of the 2015 Ohio Rose.
Bridget, what's the tension like when leading up to that? The few minutes beforehand, what's it like?
Oh, it's very nerve-wracking.
I would say.
It's just the anticipation. You want to know. It's very exciting, but very nerve-wracking. I can just remember. Well, actually, the year that I won, they were taking a long time to deliberate. So that's when it was really
It was
getting.
forever.
Yes. So when you're finally up on stage, your heart's racing. You're just hoping to hear your name, and when it did, I mean.
Mike, were
my
you
life
one of the
changed.
judges that year?
No, I was the guy in the tux that
Oh,
that went wrong.
He's always the guy in the tux.
Right.
I think Terry O'Donnell was that your judge.
Terry was.
O'Donnell?
I'm trying to remember who else was.
Linda
that.
Schubeck.
Linda Schubeck, who's not judging this year, but she's leading the judging portion of the event, so setting up the mechanics and working
Linda
with
is
the
very
judges.
strict on all the rules in this
She
stuff,
is.
isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, she was a Rose herself.
She was the
She
international
what, 71?
Yes, I believe in 1971.
Mhm.
She was the international Rose, and at that time she was representing Miami, Florida.
She was from Miami, yeah.
Yeah.
And then she married a guy up here in Cleveland.
And she's now living out in the Vermilion area. But she was, when we first started this, we didn't know that there was an international Rose right here in the Cleveland area, and that first year, and then we kind of met up with her. I don't know. I think she called the mayor up and say, "Hey, Rosa Tralee, I'd like to get involved because it's part of the tradition."
Mike, it did help though that Tralee is twinned with Westlake, didn't it? That was
Well,
probably what got this whole thing
And when
going.
we actually twinned with them, we didn't really consider the Rosa Tralee. It was only after the mayor went over and met with the city officials over there, and it came back. And we said, if they're our sister city, doesn't it make an awful lot of sense for us to have the Ohio Center for the Rosa Tralee and the Westlake World Partners? I could talk later a little about what we do with some of the money, but that the whole thing was, it just made sense. And when we got into it, it's kind of grown, and we're trying to build a real tradition. And we've had a lot of the Tralee people over here, and some of our people have gone over there at their own expense, I might add.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, Mike.
No public
I know.
monies in
I know.
this.
I know it's not you. I know.
So it's great. So we have that relationship with Tralee, but actually the city of Tralee and the Tralee, the people that run the festival are really friends, but they're quite a separate group. So they know each other very well, and all the event takes care of Tralee. So, but it's worked out real well, and I think both cities have gained.
I think the Tralee people are very happy with what you have done here.
Well, I hope so. We might mention that the one other person that ties us back together is Denise McConville, who really didn't come to us until the second year.
Yeah.
And she found us, and her dad was actually the editor of the paper there that really got the thing going.
Very man.
So, and she grew up with meeting all the Roses and as a little girl and all that, and so when she heard what we were doing over here, we met up. She just obviously had to get involved, and she certainly been a great help to us.
Bridget, I'm going to come back to you in a minute. I know you have a nice story about how you got involved in it, and your mom, and the story about. We're going to talk to you about that when we come back. Okay?
Sounds
I think it's a cute story. Weren't you? What?
No, I wasn't.
No.
It was actually, I heard about the contest through a friend from college. She knew that I was an Irish dancer and that, I celebrate my Irish heritage every day. So she had said, she had posted it on my Facebook wall and said, I think this contest is perfect for you. So I told my mom about it, said, Mom, I want to do this. And she starts laughing and I was like, what is going on? And little did I know that my mom competed way back in the day, and she didn't do as well as I did. So it wasn't her cup of tea, but
She did. That was in the. I think that I was probably at that.
You probably were.
Years ago.
She said there was like 50 contestants that year.
Yeah.
It was a big deal.
And there was 600 people at it.
Right.
But I think it was. I don't know if that was the one that was held in a tent, a huge, giant tent somewhere on the west side.
She would know.
There was a lot of them. Oh, so that's great. So big things coming up though. With Marie coming to town. By the way, she's going to be on the program in 2 weeks.
Yes, that's very exciting.
Right.
2 weeks. We'll have
I'm
Well,
excited to
over
meet
here.
her.
And
2 weeks, right?
what number-wise, what do you expect?
How many people?
Yeah, I think it's going to sell out this year.
Yeah, we had trying to keep it so that the group is comfortable but full. We should be north of 200 tickets. At some point in time, this is always one of the intangibles. At some point in time, we may have to go to a waiting list. So if you're going to order tickets, I'd advise you to get them in right now.
And the reason, of course, this happens is a lot of the friends, relatives, moms, dads, grandparents
Of the contestants,
that all want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And of course, the big night when it's announced, everyone wants to see that, don't they?
Right. They want to see their daughter crowned.
So, all right. It's 10:53. We're going up.